Look, the brutal truth is this. Founders waste years chasing money that's not theirs to control. Investors hold the keys, and startups jump through endless hoops, losing grip on their own vision. It's maddening. Every pitch, every meeting feels like begging for scraps from a table you didn't build. You're drowning in term sheets, valuations, and endless negotiations while your product suffers, your team hangs on, and your passion burns out. That frustration you carry? It's real, and it's killing your momentum. But what if for a second you flip the entire system upside down? Imagine startups, not investors, owning their funding. Not just begging for cash, but controlling how and when money flows, based on their terms, their needs, their real progress. This isn't some pipe dream. It's the future waiting to be seized by the bold few who refuse to let outside forces dictate their journey. Here's what you need to do right now if you want to step into that future. First, stop selling your startup like a charity case. Investors don't want to bail you out. They want opportunities to win big. You need to shift from "please fund me" to "here's why I'm worth your time." Build your narrative around proof, not promises. Show them traction, real numbers, and customer obsession before you even sit at the table. If your business is not screaming potential before the pitch, you've lost. Second, find other founders and build your own funding circle. This is not about numbers or friendships. It's about raw mutual value. People who get what you're doing, who can back you without ego, who understand startup pain. Networking events and accelerators won't cut it. You need to get ruthless and selective. Align with founders and small funds that focus on long-term cooperation, not quick flips. Form moving partnerships where money and expertise flow together, creating a mini economy you control. Third, rethink ownership in your startup. Don't hand over equity like candy just to get some cash. Use alternative funding routes, revenue-based financing, safe notes with caps that protect you, strategic partners invested in your growth trajectory, not just their exit. Keep control. Every percentage point lost is a slice of your freedom and power taken. Fourth, invest your time in mastering the financial knowledge that investors use to manipulate deals. Most founders blow it here. Learn how term sheets work. No valuation math cold. Don't let anyone blindside you with jargon. When you control the language, you control the conversation. If you can't fight with terms, you'll always lose. And finally, build technology and business models that can bootstrap their way to scale, with funding as fuel, not lifeline. If your startup depends entirely on continuous external cash, you're not building resilience. You're building a ticking time bomb controlled by someone else's clock. Create units of value that produce cash flow early and grow organically, forcing investors to compete for your attention, not the other way around. This isn't about romanticizing independence. It's about brutal strategy. Control your capital, or someone else will control your startup. Investors want founders desperate and compliant because that makes them powerful. But you? You have to be smarter, faster, sharper, and hungrier. Own your funding narrative, own your equity, own your future. If startups could control their own money, the entire venture capital game changes overnight. Decisions would be smarter, faster, less about hype, and more about results. Founders would stop dancing to investor tunes and start leading their businesses on their own terms. That's the kind of power that changes industries and rewrites rules. So stop waiting for permission. Stop playing by broken rules. Build your tribe, sharpen your edge, and take the funding fight into your own hands before it's too late. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check the featured link to learn more.